Okay, I want to introduce this soup combination. These herbs meant to be used to make bone soup. Okay, so it could be pork bones, it could be beef bones. It's up to you. And there's actually therapeutics within the bones. There's therapeutic values. There's a lot of calcium in it. So when you do make this bone soups, make sure you use good quality bones or good marrow. Right? They're good for flavoring as well. Now I'm going to talk about these herbs that are used together with the bones to make a bone soup that helps support the lower back. So in Chinese medicine, your back, the lower back, consists of bones, obviously, and then tendons as well, right? So there's bones and tendons, and in Chinese medicine, tonifying the kidneys and the liver organ systems correspond to those two things. So a lot of the elderly folks who tend to have more of these type of issues, stiffness in tendons, and the bones, whether it could be more brittle, like after a fracture, they would incorporate these herbs. They drink these soups to strengthen the bones, and also promote the circulation in the tendons. They're less stiff, okay, less aches and pains and things like that. So this is a very typical. So let's go into the individual herbs. The first herb in the soup is Eucamia cortex. It's actually the bark of a rubber tree. You actually can see the silk or the rubber, okay? And this is actually the marquee herb for tonifying the kidneys and the liver. Now these are the organ systems that correspond to bones and tendons. So this is actually very, very famous. It doesn't taste bad. So and people oftentimes incorporate it into soups. So this is the first one. The second herb in this formula is morinda, is a type of root. Also, it helps tonify the body and also help get rid of what we call this wind dampness. And wind dampness is a type of pathogen that impedes circulation in your body. So this helps get rid of that. And it's commonly used, and you can probably pick these up in the supermarket individually. But of course, what we have here is combined in the correct proportion. It makes life easier for everyone. But this is actually a very common herb that's used. Let's move on to the next herb. This is actually epimedium leaf, right? It's also called horny goatweed. I know it's the name's a little crass, but that's exactly what it is. In the old days, they see that the goats would eat it, and then they got busy, however you want to call it, and they see that these leaves actually help with fertility and impotence and things like that. It turns out that it actually goes to the kidney organ, and it tonifies the kidney strength in the bones and the tendons, right? And then also help, like this other herb, dispel wind dampness. That means it helps get rid of the pathogen that impedes the circulation. So these three they work together very well. Let's move on to the next herb. This is the goji berries, right? Or in Chinese we call it goqizi. This is actually very prized, especially for those who are deficient, because it nourishes the liver and the kidney, yin and blood, and also has essence. So it tells your body, it helps your body optimize your body to build better quality blood, right? And we all need that, because at the end of the day, your stiffness is due to the lack of circulation, which stems from a deficiency. You don't have enough good quality blood to move, right, and promote circulation. When you're younger, you have enough, but when you get older, you get more deficient, and it's just not as good. So this is actually a very, very important herb for that, and plus it tastes good. So it's a win-win. The next herb we have here is longan fruit. Right? Actually, this is a very sweet, pungent fruit. It turns out that it's twofold. It nourishes the blood. It also tonifies the qi, and it helps you with sleeping as well. Well, that's if your sleep is due to like not having enough good quality blood. Okay, you're more deficient type of insomnia. This is actually very useful. So this is another win-win, and plus it's sweet too, which is great when you're making soup. The last one here is jujube or dazao. right? Or red dates. These red dates, right? We use them. It tonifies the chi. It tonifies the blood, right? It helps build the chi in the blood, and also it tastes good as well. So that's why it's in here. So there's a cast of characters, but they all work together. They all do their role, and they help address lower back pain. They have different roles, but they all work together, and it works really well. Okay.